What is this place?
I don't know, man. We must have ran out of them anti-smile pills. Here, try these.
Let me take you to a place where no postage. Come closer, rats and roaches, blinking neon sign hypnosis. Opioids were overdosing, turning kids to ghosts and broken by the hopeless, sipping till cirrhosis. Viruses and locusts, we admire the soulless. Technology to control us, that's why we can't focus. We gave Earth tuberculosis, choking on our own spit. I pity the prognosis, dystopia's the diagnosis. Jets and pollock blood splatters in the slaughterhouses. Lead in the water, can't tell where the slaughterhouse is. Staring in a black mirror, the satellites wanna steer. Used to dodge gear, now we dodge drones with fear. History books and amnesia, propaganda's what they teach you. Television anesthesia, well they dig the grave beneath ya. Saw 100-foot hologram advertisement ballerina down on Alameda. Watch me deconstruct it like the readout. Piano keys yellow from the nicotine, the hammer scream, graffitied epiphany, saying go protect the salmon stream. Ouija board symphony, dead soul, the grammar's clean. In the day's periphery, walking towards a grander scheme. Orchards and trees, the truth is in the berry leaves. War birds and thieves, the spooks wanna bury me. Cranes in the sky blink with flags from invaders. Tech crusaders, lead traders with the future as a wager. Got the weather going crazy like God's fucking with the faders. Speculators, stock market collapsing like Arctic glaciers. Spectators speculate, going to work for the jailers. Lights and conveyor, obey, vote for your favorite dictator. Street preachers, serenaders with eyes like two craters, screaming what's the difference between a thief and a mayor. Living in Hell-Vetica, tagging in Times New Roman. Watch it fall off the wall and burn to ash like an omen. Under dying sun and dead moon, I listen to the dead move. Orange bottles in the bedroom, milligrams of dead truths. Sirens sound like Buckley, humming hallelujah. Anti-smile pills, scattered in Shibuya. Candy rappers roadkill, man this city's so ill. Wine bottles, scratch tickets, take another hope pill. Vomit that control pill, I wrote this with a crow quill. If the cops don't kill you, the hackers and the cold will. No Tocqueville, just Joe Hill, singing with asbestos breath. Two of us made it out of that mind, the rest are dead. Hellscape looking like Hieronymus Bosch. Palagatas, replicant, no empathy. Mass destruction from the autonomous bots. Satellite procession, gazing down the Gorgon stair. Eyes like keyholes, inside I see the warden there. She said you are not the story, and you are not the hero. This is a math lesson on how to count to zero.
But wait, I'm still sad.
Yo, man, I heard there's a big tree growing over the city. It's a willow tree.
What's your friend with a future wound? A friendly gun that'll shoot you soon. Running from these mobs and goons. Dark like night in the afternoon. Eyes like nicotine moans. My coffin is my cocoon. In these ruins casting runes, trying to outlast its doom. Born alone and sitting in corners, never had friends in school. Thought I was a stoner, another misnomer. I smiled and played the fool. Made friends with the widows, the gods in the rap pits and metalhead cholos too. And thought I sold drugs, I sold my thoughts. My solos were written with truth. Betrayed for money, ain't it funny? And we were on some conscious shit. Insecurity and ego and a high libido. We're recipes for some monster shit. Ghosts in so many, I must be haunted. And catch cradle with Vonnegut. Armageddon in retrospect. In 45, the comet hit. I'm an INFJ, a neurotic Aquarius. I let people into my own detriment. Protect the energy, love it and cherish it. Take the fake and dismember it. I didn't lose a friend, I just realized I never had one. But I am my wounds, I am my friends, even if I'm a bad one.
You thought you had me again. Now I gotta push you out, push you out. I slow it down, slow it down. At the start of the end, here's how it goes. Yeah, push you out, love me down. Keep my space when you're around.
What do you do when the person you take a bullet for is aiming at you? I'm loyal to a fault. This red stain is a proof there's hate in you. A wilting flower with rotten roots, you dumped your poison on me. My life was irrelevant with toxic talk and jealousy. You bombed me, an emotional vampire. Afraid of light, afraid of reflection, afraid of truth. I'm not angry, I'm not fake, that's your projection. You never wanted advice, your demon just wanted permission. You were never a friend, just a lying leech who couldn't listen. I felt like nothing insignificant, you weren't there for my darkest nights. You were only there for your addictions, the gaslight hit your darkest side. You never celebrated my successes or commented on my creations. I guess you were jealous of my crumbs, well I gave you plates of patience. You called to talk about yourself, another nagging narcissist. I'll never be an architect, just a bridge dedicated arsonist. When I was depressed and wanted a vent, you made it about yourself. I should've learned it the first time, but it took me until the 12th. What's the difference between a goal and expectation and a deception? Every secret I told you from my soul was forged into a weapon. I'm everyone that hurt me, I'm everyone I hurt. And grandma used to say, we pick the ones we think we deserve. But what's a human without a scar? What's a planet without a star? I don't care if you'll betray me, I just wanna love who you are. She said don't fear the future, roll the dice, give it your all. She said death isn't sad, the sad thing is some never live at all.
Look at this. Something written on the wall here.
We work all day and at night. We try to work on our dreams. We just drink caffeine to keep on going. Our hearts are going to explode.
I mean, it's all fucked up now, yeah? Colors. Out. To live and die in dystopia. I've been dodging snakes since Nokia. You don't mind in the shrine in Ethiopia, but Illuminati been running after my body. The paranoia of an ego destroyer. I work for us, yeah, we the employer. Latino lawyer watching Jewish lawyer. You know, sin, hide. Today's Tom Sawyer got mean pride. Rappers ain't real, they got that green screen vibe. I'm home everywhere, I see drones everywhere. I'm dodging Big Brother in el cielo. They coming for my neck like a cello. Hello, goodbye, cigarello in the sky. I got it from Marcelo. Keep it on the LO. They feed a Xanax and Ambien to keep us mellow. Never talk numbers on the cello.
Whatever it is, you should clean up this city here, because this city here is like an open sewer, you know? It's full of filth and scum. And sometimes I can hardly take it.
I got these glasses from Rowdy Piper. They help me see through the bullshit, the snakes and the vipers. The more I watch the TV, the more I feel it's watching me. I'm trying to dodge the misogyny, it's getting hard to breathe. Pardon me, where are we? Hell on earth, like prodigy. That prime prophecy got crucified cause I forgot to cross the T. Every night's the same, a Lincoln follows me home. The Wright brothers made planes, the wrong brothers made drones. The city is a prison with invisible bars. There's only cameras in the sky, those never were stars. Who did it? Scooby-Doo ripped off the sheet, it was you. God's down when their believers do. I'm like Nietzsche with the Rubik's Cube, blaming everyone from the Hennessy to the centipede. So paranoid, I guess my worst enemy is me. Screaming 187 to the cop in my head. 2 shots go off with the thought aneurysm, I'm dead.
It's the drugs. It's the drugs like success. It's drugs. I already know it's the fucking drugs.
In the
this, act wild, eat, bend that, trap down. No trends of rap clowns, just send them rack clowns. The concept is based on who won't back down, while you just mapped out how dudes get clapped in and tapped out. Dystopia, the antithesis of utopia. Hand to fist on the sculpture, a nemesis with the hope of a choked up smoker. The open heart surgery, the focus, shy of nerve agents, derailing the playlist track. Skip payload, then rope a dope, enough under surveillance, emergency. The drones was microphone, I remote control tones of insurgents, vagrants merging, vocal surges with total purpose that amplifies expression of those who flow alone and just suffer from other consequences, and none are decadent to corruption. 1984, your bro made this discussion continue among yourselves. The young one's hell is from some tale of a happy ending forever fail, yet it's all love prevails through the momentary spells that the disagreeable witches cast that dwell in humdrum shells within themselves come undone frail. As we set sail on to another voyage, this b-boyish nature deployed is for enjoyment, a toys to learn tools to the trade, then explore not exploit. There's multiplicatives of expletives that I left out of the envoy on this second with sixth in this way. Left this Brexit and bedwetting sexist rage might make an exit stage right, but two wrongs don't make one, like three lefts just make one right. One right. One right.
Conversations with the willow tree, the branches sway heavily. They say it's meant to be, and it all makes sense eventually. When centipedes crawl through my skull and eat all my memories, and I return to the soil and fertilize serenity to become food for the worms and reciprocate the energy. Know my enemies, no more spam to be sent to me. I never use Hennessy as a remedy, cause I never wanted addiction to be a friend of me. Our bodies leave skin cells that turn to dust. The rain gives us food and makes our machines rust. It's kinda symbolic of what nature's trying to show us. We're living in the sixth extinction, it's time to grow up. Melancholy on my countenance, find me where the mountains is. Make another wish, flick a penny in the fountain kid. My inner child got SIDS, I'm searching underground for him. Haunted soil, only found worms but never found the kid. Skyscrapers, the tombstone, roads crowded a bit. If a tree falls in the forest, it doesn't matter what the sound is. It matters what gets affected, from death comes resurrection. A tree becomes a coffin becomes dirt. Sound turns to language and words become hurt. But words can heal, a conversation can save a life. That's how I got here, the willow of which light shines bright. Trees are our elders, they don't need cars to get water and food. They store the energy in the autumn and bloom by June. Mutual aid, they shelter the animals. Birds build nests, they dig their roots deep and hold their heads above the rest. The willow is a Buddha, the tree is my teacher. Each tree is a person, we'll all meet the reaper. A leaf falls in my cup, I drank up the dusk. We sit in the darkness until dawn erupts. In the dark it was clear that the bark was a mirror. I was a forest, the dew was our tears. I'm not trying to conquer my enemies, I'm trying to conquer myself. With a tree but a friend that offers shelter and help. That willow tree was there for me when I couldn't find anyone else. Money's just a dead tree, alive one is wealth. That willow tree was there for me when I couldn't find anyone else. Money's just a dead tree, alive one is wealth.
You're fearful and doubtful because you forgot about nature and reciprocity. You think everything will mess up or break because you believe the lie that you're a consumer and used to buying things that break and interacting with machines. You forgot about nature, about being human, even about plants.
This is Stolen land on a stolen map. Rent is theft, give it back. Work 3 jobs, get a heart attack. No insurance, now they want tax. They gentrify like Sean Carter. Then say you should've worked harder. Non-disclosure, non-starter. Restricted that land like Sean Carter. Nonsense of the law, we twatting this. Banks don't own us, we bought this. They got a can't be banned for the job list. Get your camera, cop, watch this. This is science, spatial violence, capitalism and racial violence. Witness silence, liberal bias, classism and race alliance. Where development wants, development gets. And get no jail when they sell them bricks. Guerrilla guard, let's build this. Mutual aid, not selfishness. Since that eviction letter, this ain't really been home. Landlord didn't discover this, that's Chris Columbus syndrome. We're just trying to raise the roof, they just wanna raise the rent. I've been working 3 jobs, I gave that cracker every cent. Landlord of the flies, dollar signs in his eyes. Let's stop working for the rich so we can live our fucking lives. Skylines filled with condos, throw them out like Mary Kondo. Landlords don't spark joy, throw them out the city pronto. Get the land back from Canada to Colorado. Those aren't giants, those are windmills, just as Sancho.
This is stolen land, stolen home, neighborhood bought and sold. Just a spot to block the gold. Wanna watch they dollar grow. Ain't gonna cool that market. These fools make too much profit. Fake is all these cops get. Paid by the workers' losses. Wage ain't cover, nah shit. Broke from the crib to the coffin. Broken from those processes. Landlord and or bosses. Banks is they accomplice. State gonna pay that process. Landlord see no problem. Take the people's last dollar. Rent or lease a collar. With leash reaching Wall Street. Launder shit from mobsters. Secret deeper pockets. Broke don't got no option. Lord of the land on top them. Organized gon' stop them. See the guillotine chop them. Seize the means and properties and block their greed and profit stream. Get these leeches off of we. Get them landlords off of we. Go.
Nice in Crown Heights. We was down bad, dad out of off-white. Landlord acting like shit was on sight. So we thugged them, ducked them, dodged them. Pops like, if you keep it up, fuck it, might rob them. Just to have the roles reversed. The shelters was worse, my soul was hurt. Only thing kept me grounded was a Hova verse. Stick up the world and split it 50-50. Y'all don't own the earth or know the worth. Coach taught me if your brother's cold and all you own's a shirt, find a way to split that shirt. 500,000 evicted, they still insist in the system work. Assisted living, let you live in thirst. This government plays people second, business first. They gentrified our existence, but we've been dispersed. To gassing us since diaspora fascists, they after us. Look what happened in Attica, pardon the tangent. It's just the martyrs get candles lit while daughters stay vanishing. And bystander effect got too many like mannequins. Fuck a TikTok challenge if I ain't have the rent. I'm hitting licks, calm down, hit the piff, swallow pride, ask for help, pick up shifts, repress the stress. No wait, that's how you get work to death.
Bloody finger put the pressure to the mechanism. Pyrotechnic cartridges flash, I was born for state terrorism. Missions retract, grab my back, then they shoved me away. Now I'm flying over Yemen like it's Judgment Day. Thermal battery activated, I was made with hatred. I'm coming to kill civilians, someone in DC okayed it. Peace not today, I'm only 100 knots away. No due process, this is murder, no one's locked away. 3 fins on my back, this guidance control. My nose is locked on a laser reflection, I have no soul. No brain, I'm the $1 million motherfucking dollar warhead. I'm the excuse for no healthcare, no budget to keep the poor fed. To you, war is abstract, I'm the documentary in your head. But in reality, I turn 4 heads into 4 heads. QC data, I put limbs in trees, every day there's more dead. But you just hit collateral damage as a propaganda that you're fed.
Planes came. First it was early in the morning, and a bomb fell and killed about 6 people and injured more. The planes came back and they stayed for several hours, chasing people down and dropping bombs on them.
Turn the page, full of rage. I was born in 2015 in Garland, Texas at the General Dynamics facility. Forged from cursed steel, I was the least loved. My baby bottle was full of nun and priest blood. They got arrested outside of my crib. Fuck what they did. They came with a hammer. They were yelling about some kids. Now I'm 300 pounds. My daddy raised, say I'm growing up. He says I'm going to McAllister, Oklahoma on a truck. They hang me nose down and they all gather round. They give me 200 pounds of explosives and say choke it down. I'm trying to cool down, but I hate this. I'm full of hatred. They only fed me Tritonol in composition H6. Interstate 10, I'm in Tucson at my daddy's home. At Raytheon, they say you ain't unique, you just an average clone. In my room pacing, yelling why the fuck was I born? Ray says to pack up, you're going to Yemen in the morn.
And actually keeping themselves safer. Raytheon is a leader in workplace safety, and I guess somewhat ironically. But we are facilitating this. I mean, we are taking weapons from private contractors, which is bombing civilians.
Back where we started, in the skies of Yemen, I came out in F-15's womb, falling from heaven. My nose smashes into a rock, tripping a fuse in my tail. I detonate like 200 pounds of TNT with death on my trail. I fracture into 1,000 pieces, I'm the antonym of pieces. My shards go 8 times the speed of sound as destruction increases. I don't kill people, I rearrange them, I remove appendages. Bashing through flesh and wild, I disassemble and dismember them. Gas from my abdomen ruptures eardrums and collapses lungs and causes internal bleeding. I turn your house into an oven. My wing can take a leg off, erase your whole family with a cough. I caught famine and cholera, and a march won't make me stop. The US blockades the supplies, complicit in the genocide. The US blocks the UN, and the media tells the lies. War is hell, states lie, empire kills, the truth is gory. They found my assembly code and some scrap, that's why you're hearing this story. I live on the shrapnel in the body of my victims. My soul is dead, I'm just a product of the system. I'm in a sauna in hell, they say I'm being reincarnated. I'm going back to Raytheon for a Palestinian vacation.
And the people who had survived had incredibly tough roads to recovery, and frankly, some of them will never recover. Even those who remain alive now can't farm, they can't use their bodies, it's hard to get.
Behind the tears I cried. A system we felt for years tried to scare my tribe. Threw us inside a system, you perceive it as perfect. Come take a walk as I show you, let you see it in person. Take a look to the left, that's a man just trying to provide. Coming from work, 12-hour shifts at night when he drive. Pulled by a cop for no other reason beside his skin. A reach for his license, one shot he brought his life to an end. Look to the right, a young girl with so much potential. The thing she fight to avoid is all that shows out her window. And they excuses, they ain't know it was bad. Gotta work twice as hard just to only get half. And imagine being judged off your color of skin. Something that's out your control, you gotta struggle for wins. Murder, violence, and drugs, only thing that seem rare. Where death is like robbery, either play sleep or get killed. Damn.
People are starving. The rich gobble taxes, that's why people are starving. People rebel. The rich oppress them. That's why people rebel. People hold life cheap. The rich make it too costly. That's why people hold it cheap. But those who don't live for the sake of living are worth more than the wealth seekers.
The cracker didn't have TP in the back of the Acura. His voice cackled dystopia to a settler that's factual. A virus consumes his host with violence and leaves it transactional. History is immaterialist, different realities are actual. Don't you see hell in the Treaty of Tordesillas? Don't you see dystopia in the Santa Maria? Don't you see apocalypse in the Mayflower's anchor? Don't you see sci-fi in the smile of a banker? George Washington said he was making Providence, but the Iroquois called him town destroyer, and this country's been robbing since. At Sand Creek they saw apocalypse in the US flag. The treaties were trash, they need just to give the land back. Thomas More's book Utopia was based on slavery. No gods, no masters, no Western thought papacy. You must have copious amounts of myopia. Look up Cahokia, cause what you call history could be someone else's dystopia. Clickety clack, I miss the sound of that. It woke me from my sleep, I had to find where it was at. I stumbled outside through the strip sycamore trees. The leaves all retreated from the January freeze. Dancing in the dark, I saw the fog on my breath. I saw a flash in the park as a coyote wept. I walked towards a spark to a cottonwood tree. I saw an Olympia, it saw a darkness in me. Fermented dreams, it saw the rot inside of me. It told the shadows, I'm glad you brought them to me. The metal was cold, like a Glock to my head. That happened in 03, but now I thought I'd be dead. I took the machine home, my mind started to roam. The wind started to moan like a Wayne Shorter poem. It said, Phantom Navigator, I will take you to Atlantis. On the saxophone, write this night dreamer anthem.
Daddy, I have had to kill you. You died before I had time. Mad or heavy, a bag full of God, gasless statue with one great toe.
The machine kept clacking, spilling its metallic history. It said its great-grandfather was Francesco from Italy. It spoke of Pellegrino and a Brit named Henry Mill. Chris shows gliding and soul, it had stories to tell. It helps out the blind, it let people speak. In 1874, I got my keys, you call it QWERTY. But knowledge is class war, they made the imperial brand. Then came mass war, they made royal for the material man. Used in War II, bombed Hiroshima, Nagasaki too. They used the Corona 3 type in destruction with me. When Hitler needed help, IBM had the remedy. Holocaust helpers made this electric in the 70s. Niko said you humans made a mistake using computers, but showing no love to Ada Lovelace. Its ribbon ran dry, it had rubber scarred feet. I put my ear to its spool and heard a heartbeat.
The questions, actual and hypothetical writer, are really almost unanswerable. Or when you try to answer them, you find yourself involved in another question. Since society believes in answers and doesn't like questions.
I changed the ribbon and said thanks for the knowledge you're given. It said there's a soft typewriter tapping the lives we're living. 1984 was written on a Remington. The bill told for Hemingway, gone with the setting sun. Popping Black Beauty, Jack wrote on a scroll. Orpheus emerged from his underwear though. Baldwin wrote another country on an SM7. Gonzo typed his last word and took a cannon to heaven. Kaczynski used the Montgomery Ward standard. Platt pounded on a Hermes, searching for the answers. Leonard Cohen drowned his in the AG&C and sunk like a beautiful loser as it rusted in peace. Thank you for finding me in the park, your light was strong. Creation has the courage to say you might belong. I swear at night machines come alive, I might be wrong. But last night I watched the Olympia type this song.
Go through things on the road, hypnosis. You do autopsies on dead relationships, have epiphanies, bouts of anger, anxiety, tears rain with the windshield wipers, realizations you feel in prison. You experience doom, the joy of a sunset. Overpasses become walls you think you're about to slam into. Water towers. Distant giants. Everybody has lies they tell themselves. What's yours?
Some stories are too true to tell. Like how I wish your life was hell. Like how I couldn't forgive myself when I threw my inner child down the well. Deep breath, let me release this. It's thesis, is a beast kid. No need for telekinesis. Your silence is where the beef is. Been vegan for a while, cause I don't like killing babies or the earth. But it seems like being an American does all of that and much worse. It's hard to look in the mirror and search. What you'll find is fear and hurt. This year has been a blur. Friends dying from Zans and perks. But you're never lonely in Babylon. That's why I'm trying to travel on. You can't judge me, your gavel's gone. Up shit queen got Catalan. Poets are always complaining, rappers are always bragging. I sewed them both together and turned them into a dagger. And into my back I stabbed. I am Judas, I am Brutus. I'm a poem that was never written in the pen of Pablo Neruda. Pass me another plate of friends, I'm tired of making them. I didn't forget those memories, I assassinated them. These stories are too true to tell. Like how you gave up on your health. Like how you pick up your liver with liquor pills and everything else. Some aren't afraid to die, they're afraid to live. They they don't want any help, so all they do is give. You're too faded to cry, the sky's a gray abyss. I hope these words are felt, I'm trying to get through to Chris. Are you living or existing, thriving or surviving? Quitting can be risky when you're lying about trying. Lately you've been distant, your problems I can list them. Why you wishing for the system when your paintbrush is non-existent? Are you a fading phantom or an opium ghost? Lately I've been feeling like a has-been at this podium of hope. I seem to always hate myself, my friends sold me the rope. You invited me to your pity party and told me to host. I'm a paradox that breathes, I'm a blinking contradiction. I was looking for the truth, but now I'm sinking in fiction. Some stories are too true to tell, like how I always lie to myself, like how I treat rap like a therapist and put my problems on the shelf. I never sold out a show, I just sold out my soul. When I started working for a wage about 15 years ago, I'm out here trying to pay dues, but what do you do with the dudes you pay dues to? Despise and hate you, I'm depressed and eating grapefruit. The past is a dime store novel, a sick film, a bad mystery. When the karaoke bars all closed, I forget about you in the history. Vultures circling around me, I'm screaming I'm not edible. Sharks circling me in the pool, my agents who are incredible. The hunt continues after the capture, the hunter becomes a hunted. Inside it all happened, that's why his spirit is numb and stunted. I see chemtrails writing in cursive, spelling out the end times. Shaky pen trail, I'm nervous, but these words are enzymes. I'm trying to break reality's ligaments, gristle and tissue. Dear truth, I'm looking for you, I'm trying to find you, I miss you.
Hey, what is that?
It's a mirror. I found it in a junkyard. I think it lets you look back. Look at the reflection. It looks like a place before this one existed. To a time when you should have died, but you didn't. You're a weed.
Awareness. The world's stable now. People are happy. Calm. They get what they want.
We were talking about making new songs last week, but last week was like 8 years. It's funny how time sneaks. Rhymes compete, I was blind from the seat and took a punch in the face to teach my ego defeat. But here I am, back on my trucks, I'm running up. We said we make it with this rap shit, and my time ain't out. This ain't no pop shit or weird shit, it's no vet shit or rookie shit. There's some folk styles, peachy shop, breaking windows on some low-key shit. We've been here 10 years, bad luck, but we didn't break a mirror. Same bad luck, this is destiny. The mirror's a window, it's so clear. I've written poems or written articles, but never suicide notes. I received death threats, but threw them all out the capsized boat. Here we are swimming, the future's still grinning. Last show we did awareness was in the background, the bass had me spinning. The numb from a show still feels the same like we were in high school. Music was my true inspiration, beating other artists my true education. Self-expression, speaking out my truest lesson. Forgiveness will be my final lesson. Till then that punch was a blessing. Guns to our face, we threw rocks on 38th. My car window got broke, the cops came, but we escaped. Thoughts from an adolescent, depressed with no antidepressants. Just a notebook, just a pen and a flow that was aggressive. Face covered in acne, MC pepperoni. Lungs kept popping, I was pop washing out the hospital of Boney. Perfected the craft, points used to make me laugh. This was before they imprisoned half the lab. When I got arrested, my mom paid the fines. I got a job and paid her back with money that was mine. I'm here cause somebody loved me, they put no one else above me. I'm just trying to show that there's someone else whose life's been ugly. Life got real, it's funny how time steals. I look in the mirror, I touch my face but can't feel.
Somewhere down there, I was running down this road, somewhere out there. I've been looking for a golden soul, golden soul.
You can cage a singer, but you can't cage a song. This is for a robber, man, we love you, stay strong. I spit these bars to break yours, I hate yours, I pray yours. Break down, I'm faithful, I'm hopeful, not hateful. Close your eyes and float through the city. Seeing the astro, come fly with me. Hand me a pen, it's made out of court. You tell me love's worth more than a Porsche. Tell me to write and fight these feelings. Meditate, levitate to the ceiling. Burn some sage when you're up on stage. Use your anger, recycle your rage. Compost all your anger, use it for your garden. Water your seeds with gratefulness, forgiveness. can never pardon. Messed up people mess up. Too many wolves are playing dress up. With rap they wanna stress us. With that I'm playing catch up. The studio's my confession booth. Awareness beats bless us. The sidewalks are Scantron. The state just wants to test us. Each verse is like a diary. Books lit a fire me. From Baldwin to Conrad to hooks they inspire me. Speak to the beat like a therapist. We all know how rare that is. My heart's ghost rider vulnerabilities where the marriage is. I'm anti-past, I'm anti-future, I'm anti-now, I'm pro-void. Cause I just wonder, is this somewhere? Are we all droids? I'm not saving hip-hop, it saved me. Then it took all my money and gave me a pile of maybes. But I'm an alchemist, I can turn a problem into a positive. Words of magic, that's why you have to spill to make oxygen. We all have wounds, and if you're breathing, they're healing. Who cares what they think? Guilt is another word for stealing. Some would rather feel pain than nothing at all. I cried when I read that, painted on a wall.
Somewhere down there, I was running down this road, this road. Somewhere out there, I've been looking for a golden soul, golden soul. Don't forget to smell the flowers. Don't forget to smell the flowers. Just remember what I said.
I've been feeling tired, I don't feel normal. A branch handed me a coffee bean, I entered into a portal. They said, what you consume is your medicine. Stop treating symptoms, find the cure for your betterment. Here's some marshmallow for that cough and broccoli for the lungs. And some kale for those prime times you smoked when you were young. Here's some turmeric for that swelling and inflammation. And here's some ginkgo tea to remember this information. Here's some curry for the pancreas and saffron for the brain. And some rhodiola tea to ease the mental pain. Fight the blues with some greens, here's some seeds for serotonin. Here's some cabbage for the kidneys and goji for melatonin. Here's some radish for warmth and ginger for the stomach. Here's some ashwagandha for when your spirit plummets. Here's some walnuts for the mind and has some ginseng. Here's some sorrel for a salad and one more thing.
Don't forget to smell the flowers. Don't forget to smell the flowers. Just remember what I said. Just remember what I said.
You were sleeping for a while, here's some lemongrass to wake up. Here's some time for your lungs, we're glad you never gave up. Here's some rose for your emotions, add some honey to make a potion. We see the screws in your knees, here's some arnica for motion. Here's some dandelion to detox, the Percocet and Dilaudid. Here's some nettle tea to apply the fact that you fought it. Here's some hawthorn for anxiety and to heal the heart. Here's some garlic from your grandma to give your garden a start. Here's some jasmine leaves, she said thank you for the song. And here's some comfy root to keep your bones strong. Here's some Willow for the migraines and yarrow for the sprains. And here's some tea for tension, it's made from Lane Lane. Here's some mandrake to keep you safe when you travel the underworld. Here's some acorns for energy and some for the summer squirrels. Here's some burdock for the burns and toasty for the grief. And don't forget to do this whenever you need relief.
Don't forget to smell the flowers. Don't forget to smell the flowers. Just remember what I said. Just remember what I said.
Born in Aurora, North Denver's where I reside. How many times have we done this before? How many times have we died? Tattoo City, I see brown streaks like the bridge was crime rust. Trying to find nostalgia, but just breathing melancholy as dust. Blood on my cheek, metal in my knee. Think of it as jewelry. Sleeved and re-sleeved, de-sleeved, unsleeved and relieved. Past lives retreat, besieged by grief, madness achieved. Demons and greed, sipping Tulsi. Found a teacher in a willow tree. Bardo dreams, 49 days, but I won't return, I don't believe. No more jobs, no more debt, no more people robbing me. Time indefinite, there's no linear time, that cycle I left it. I made sad realms and hell worlds, the lord of death is my own projection. Do not stand by my grave and weep. I am not matter, I am not there. My stack is shattered, 4 elements, consciousness comes after air. Sometimes you need to devour yourself to keep something else alive. So help me build these walls, hold my hand, let's climb inside.
When I leave this world, my body's gonna break and burn. Who am I gonna be when I unfurl? What is real life, real death, rebirth?
You gave me a story, I didn't know they'd come and cut you down. I heard when keens would ride under you, your branches would knock off their crowns. Raindrops from your leaves fall like tears, it makes it type and see. Your bark cures pain, your branches are tendrils, each one's a memory. But you're still alive in a different form, I'm climbing your roots like a ladder. The moon pulls her tears, fearful thoughts, I let them all shatter. Take these branches to the underworld, bend and sway with them like the wind. Make a heart from them, then play a hopeful song for a friend. Desperate thoughts turn to demons, gluttony is where sharing ends. But these are just our masks, we forget we are wearing them. If we don't care for others, we can't know our own minds. To evolve is to be dispossessed, even from cycles of time. Let stems rise from my coffin, sprout and give me boundless compassion. I went to hug her and only found leaves in the wool and catkins. Sometimes you need to devour yourself to keep someone else alive. So help me build these walls, hold my hand, let's climb inside.
When I leave this world,